to talk about human connection today. I'm very much an introvert. I enjoy my solitude, being at home. But I also enjoy human connection to varying degrees. And so I kind of pick and choose how much I put myself out there. But yesterday I planned to meet up with a friend to go to this local market, this market where there's different vendors selling different things that they specialized in. Some sold, healthcare, body care. Some sold baked goods. Some sold, meats. Some sold candy. Some sold clothing. That kind of place here locally. And so the plan was to meet up and go do that yesterday morning. And we did that. We got there. We walked in, and there's this space of booths in this small little building. And I thought, man, this is really cool. And for me, that's taking a big step, because it's something new. Even though I'm with somebody that I'm comfortable with, those are new things for me. And in a way, it's neat to see that these people are putting themselves out there to sell what they have to sell, and they have a passion for something to follow through with that and put themselves out there and be vulnerable. And so just all that in itself was very much overwhelming, I guess you could say. So I already knew that my friend, she wanted to get a few things, because she had been to that market one other time before, and she wanted to get a few things, and one of the things was some sourdough bread from this one particular vendor. And I hadn't seen my friend for, a couple of weeks, and so we were catching up. We text back and forth, but we were catching up in person, and, we're making our way around, and we get to this vendor that has the bread. And my friend, she picks up this loaf of this sourdough bread, and we're just together, we're just doing the thing, and I'm just trying to be normal, but I'm like taking it all in, trying not to be overstimulated, trying not to overthink, trying to enjoy the experience. Trying not to be overloaded by it all. And, so we're there, she's getting the bread, and she's having a conversation with me, and she's talking about a really, really personal matter. That I'm not going to get detailed in, because it's a personal matter, but it involves her family. And it's something that I didn't know, but it's something that, is hard thing and a heavy thing, and I'm trying to process all of it. And, we're having this conversation, and this big, tall dude walks up, and he's very, I'll almost say forceful. He's very to the point. In the middle of this very heavy, heartfelt conversation that he knows nothing about, he's like, "You want that bread? You gonna buy that bread?" And I think it really it caught us both off guard. I know it caught me off guard. And there's a part of me that's always been very, also direct and to the point. And I guess you could say a bit protective. And so I tell this guy, I say, "Yeah, we were just catching up and having a conversation. But yeah, she wanted to purchase this bread." And the guy says, "Oh, well, I thought you guys, you were just waiting and didn't really know what to do." And then I suppose it was his wife, once the crowd kind of cleared out, his wife turned to us, and she had a totally different demeanor, and she had heard what I said. And she said, "Yeah, just help yourself, just, enjoy." And the man says, maybe it was her husband. I'm going to assume it was her husband. I don't know. He says, $10, yeah, $10, right? That's how much, right? $10. Anyway, it was a totally weird, uncomfortable, not flowing kind of a situation. It definitely didn't make me want to purchase from them or stay there. And it totally took away from the moment between my friend and I and what she was saying. And I kind of got stuck in that place, for a moment of like, what just really happened there? Like, everything was going good, and we just got there, and she'd been there before, getting the bread, we're having a conversation, we're catching up, and it's just like this total interference of commodity kind of a mindset, which, I get that when you're at a big corporation, a big store, grocery store, big box store, whatever, what's the reason why, people go to these smaller places to get away from that. And here, it comes out of nowhere, almost like this man, pushing through a crowd of, "You want to buy that bread? You're going to buy that bread, $10, right? $10 for that bread, right?" And I couldn't almost help but feel like, did he think we were going to steal the bread? I think I made some smart-ass comment like, "Oh no, we're just over here pretending to talk, and just eating your bread at the same time. I'm kind of a smartass in that way. But, you know, we moved on. We moved on from the bread people. And my friend, you know, she was looking right at me and she was talking to me and she was telling me more about her family and kind of off the subject, but telling me more things, trying to catch up. And I'm like, just like in this daze of like, there but not really there. Did that happen? What just happened? And it's just a really strange thing, human connection. You know, I'm sure that man didn't know what was being said. Maybe if that man had knew what was being said, he wouldn't have interrupted, but it's certainly not the best time to be asking for money. But then it makes me think about people and you know, even though this was a small building with a lot of small tables, you know, small little kind of, I guess, communities within a community, it still seemed separate in some way. I would watch the people go from booth to booth. I would watch their interaction with the people behind the table. Almost trying to learn from them what is normal, how do you act. Like I said, I'm not really used to going out and being in the world or trying new things, you know, by my own choice. And this is the choice to be with my friend and try new things. I was glad to be there with her. I guess it never is always the way that you imagine it's going to be in your head. In my head, to make the choice to even make the plans to go with this friend, I had an amount of anxiety and worry of, well, I've never been to this place before, and I don't know what to expect, and I don't know how to act, and that was all there still. But then I'm there, and then there's this other scenario that comes up of this other person just like another scenario on top of possible scenarios that could happen, but it's definitely not one of them that I would have expected. I wouldn't have expected to be in a conversation with my friend, with her telling me what she was telling me about family and that struggle, which I felt, you know, deep empathy for and wanted to have space to give that, to be present, to listen, to know that that I am listening and without any distractions. But then this man just comes in and wants the money. Anyway, interesting situation, and I guess a neat little story about human interaction and how much we seem to be separate, but how much we also seem to be together, and how much we really do influence each other. How much we try to protect ourselves. How much we try to engage. I have to say that I'm really glad that I took the time to meet with my friend to do that. And I think it was a good experience. Definitely not something that well, it is exactly what I had thought it would be, minus the guy. And is it those little things that keep me from putting myself out there? Well, I hope to have more experiences like that, or be more open to experiences like that, not out of fear of what I don't know will happen, more out of wonder and really trying to give up control over an outcome. Because the day really ended quite grandly, and I was really glad that I met with her and had those experiences. And that's just one little snippet of the day, but something that really stood out to me. And it makes me really think that, we're all here existing together, and we all do what we do for different reasons, and that man did not know our conversation, and I don't know that man's intention. But it's good to get out there and experience life. And it's not easy when you're on your own, but it's easier when you have friends by your side to go through that with. So anyway, just a little moment in life of something that I'm sure most people would not even think twice about, but I find human behavior fascinating. That man and myself. And my friend, bless her, for being my friend and understanding me. So, anyway, it's a beautiful day.